Yeah, I'm back doing another life update vlog. Um, Already sweating, even though it's like 8:30 in the morning. Windows are open, fans are running, and it's still hot as hell up here. But yeah, I figure I haven't done a proper vlog in a while. I did upload a couple of live streams with Furry Fencer F over the past week, but I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, so here I am with something new, something on that on the other side of the coin. Um, so yeah, first things first. Gee, one sec. How is that light? Seems okay, right? Anyway, first thing you might have noticed. I don't know if it is noticeable or not. Guess we'll find out after playback. But I've upgraded my phone. I am running on a Samsung Galaxy A25 now. I know it's still not state of the art or anything, but after last week, I was kind of forced into upgrading. See, what happened was Thursday. What was it? Thursday morning, I went shopping, and when I pulled my phone out of my pocket to change the song on my Spotify, because I shop with earbuds in all the time, because you know I don't want to interact with people, right? But anyway, I pulled the phone out of the pouch of my purse, and I find out that I'm getting a message saying that the phone's overheating. Okay, that's very unusual. It's never happened before. It wasn't that hot out either. So I dwell on there for a little bit, think, okay, what am I going to do now? And decide that, you know what, I'm basically being forced into this right now. Might as well go ahead and just buy a new phone. Because that battery was fucking hot. I mean, it was almost burning to the touch. So yeah, there's that. And now the question is the upgrade worth it? So far, it seems to be. Performance is a lot better, a lot more storage, faster processor. Only thing I really didn't care for was the fact that the Samsung transfer software doesn't do everything you need it to. I still had to re-download my mail apps and redo the logins on those, and reset the passwords and everything. That was a pain in the ass. Some things saved, other things didn't. So it's just luck of the draw kind of thing. But yeah, so that was my Thursday. And today I was back to work, or yesterday now, first day back after 10 days. It was, yeah, it was everything I expected going back to work on a Saturday. My counterpart on the day shift that I take over for on Saturdays, he is absolutely worthless. But that's nothing new. But that's not what I'm actually here for. I'm here to bitch about the humidity Which, oh dear God, it's humid as fucking here still. Just can I stop sweltering for 5 seconds, please? So heavy it's nearly impossible to even brush my hair. But there's that, but there's also something else that I wanna make a kind of an announcement, I guess, or maybe just look for feedback. And yeah, here it is. I think, based on the comfort zone that I found myself in with my first 3 live streams, I think that I want to get on an actual schedule, right? Now, I know I don't get viewers. I think I had, between the 3 streams, I had a grand total of 4 viewers. So obviously people don't watch, but that's not what I'm doing this for. At this point, I'm just doing it to get my feet wet, get comfortable, understand kind of the flow of how I want to do live streaming, and see if it ever takes off. So I'll keep doing Fire Fence for the time being, just because I've already started it. I don't want to do multiple games at the same time for live streams. That would just get too confusing, and I don't want to draw one thing out for too long. Just keep going and going, joining on and on and on, joining on and on and on and on with the same thing. But what I'm thinking, with regards to the live streaming, so last week I was off all week, so that was an exception. I'm not going to be able to stream 3 times a week every week. That's just not feasible, unless I do back-to-back days on my long weekends. But that might be a little too much. So anyway, what I'm thinking of it for the time being is, I think I want to start off kind of play conservative, and just do. I'm thinking Thursday evenings, maybe 6 or 7 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock Central Time, and just stream from like 7 to 9, 7 to 10, 6 to 9, 6 to 10. Just whatever feels right. Play for those few hours once a week, and see what happens. Maybe 3-4 hour live streams are too long for a novice. I don't know. I've never tried before, but why not? Why not give it a try, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. If it does, then awesome. I want to see the channel grow. Maybe finally hit that 500 sub count, so I can start looking at possible monetization, and hopefully grow from there. Because honestly, it's not a top priority, but I wouldn't mind being able to take home a little scratch every now and then for all the time I spend. Shit, I never was that tired. All the time I spend in front of the camera. And yeah, at the same time, I'll be getting something out of it no matter what, as I spend more time in front of the camera, and hopefully work on my vocal issues. Of course, it could backfire on me terribly, and I wind up losing my voice completely. And that's definitely a very possible risk. Just basically because I've lost my voice several times over the past year. It's never been for too long, but it has derailed my ambitions on a few occasions. But if it happens on a Thursday, then it happens on a Thursday. Otherwise, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for it, see what happens. So I haven't decided yet if it'll be 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I'm probably leaning more towards 7 just because it's cooler, and like I've talked about before, I don't have air conditioning, so getting that little bit of cool down might be beneficial. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say about that right now. So maybe you'll draw some people in. I'm actually streaming in the evenings instead of at random times during the day, during the course of the day. So yeah, there's that. Um, yeah, there's really not a whole lot else going on right now. I mean, I know last week I covered my Pride experience. That was a really worthwhile time. I covered my anxiety meltdown breakdown where I collapsed on the kitchen floor over the lack of cheese. That was fun. So yeah, there's really not much else to talk about. I guess I did want to just share one little thing before I go, and it's just kind of a shit. I wish I had all of them up here, but I'm too lazy to go downstairs and grab the rest. But there was a manga series that I picked up last year, and at the time there were only 5 volumes. So I picked them all up, not knowing this was back when I was still real new to manga, but the story, the synopsis caught my attention, and I said, you know what, this sounds really relatable, so I went for it. And well, that series wound up being a Yuri manga by the title of sorry, by the title of The Moon on a Rainy Night. And the title is explained in the first volume, and it comes from when you think about it, the rainy nights you can't see the moon, but you still know it's there. It's based around that concept where you know that there are beautiful things that you just can't see yet. So, yeah, the synopsis of this whole storyline is you got the primary character is Saki, and she's schoolmate, classmates with a girl named I'm still not sure how to pronounce her properly, but I'm going with Kanon. I mean, it's spelled Kanon, so it might be. I don't think it's canon, but I'm not real familiar with how you pronounce Japanese names. So I want to say Kanon is Kanon is the right pronunciation. If I got that wrong, I apologize. I've actually never heard the name spoken. But anyway, the twist on the story is that Kanan is is very hard of hearing, right? And because of that, okay, so she lost her hearing at a fairly young age. She was a preteen when it happened, maybe a little younger. But anyway, she's had a few years to adapt. Been shunned by her classmates and her former friends. So naturally, when the series starts off, she is very closed off, very snarky, very guarded is the word I'm looking for. And Saki, she still sees something in her that just draws her in. And it doesn't take very long, and the two of them start to become friends, right? And over the course of these first few volumes, Saki begins to realize that she likes Kanan a lot, and maybe it's more than just likes her. It might be that she likes her. I suppose it's a problem because Saki had already been made a pariah because it was found out or assumed that she was a lesbian in her previous school, and she didn't want, and she lost a lot of her friends and everything because girls liking girls. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We gotta be gotta be homophobic and everything. But so she's trying to get a feel for Kanan and how she really feels about her, and if the feeling is mutual, if they like each other. Clearly, throughout the course of the story, you find out that Kanan is very, she thinks the world of Saki. So it's not that it's not too out there as a Yuri story, but the unique aspect of it is the fact that she is Kanan is hard of hearing, not quite deaf. She can still hear somewhat, but it takes very specific circumstances to really hear well, relatively speaking. And well, the reason that I took to this story so well, or so easily, is I had a relationship about 20 years ago with a young lady who also was quite hard of hearing, and just like Kanan, she was also very much into music, and she could hear music to an extent. So our relationship, we had our ups and our downs. I guess in the beginning it was fine. It was great, really. Getting to know this person, despite her despite her challenges, she still tried to live a normal life. And I see the same thing here with Kanan, and I like to look and see the parallels between her and my ex. Unfortunately for me, the relationship did not work out. It was full of strife. It was full of a lot of miscommunication, a lot of misunderstanding. I would say things that she wouldn't understand. She would say things that I wouldn't understand, just because our approaches were so different, being from a deaf world and a hearing world. Things don't exactly mesh up and mean the same thing. So a lot of tension there throughout most of the relationship. She been cheated on several times, so I was always suspect because, well, she can't trust anyone. The relationship did end after 4.5 years because she ghosted me. She found someone else. So it was a shitty ending, but I'm still looking at this story and thinking that it's a lot more upbeat, a lot more optimistic, and it's kind of a I don't want to say a what if story. What if I had met this ex of mine and things had gone well? So it's kind of an alternate universe kind of thing when I look at it. So and yeah, the characters are very endearing. I just look at them like, yeah, I love these two. Their chemistry is almost almost perfect, and they've got their humorous moments, and the most where they got to take things seriously, and they look out for each other, and it just tells me that yeah, the author is really going for an upbeat, positive overall story. So yeah, I've got to stick with it. I've got the next couple of issues on pre-order, so hopefully I get to see them before I die. Not likely, but you know. But anyway, these issues, I still haven't read the sixth volume, even though I've had since around Christmas. I kind of found myself in a situation where I wanted, I desperately want to read this volume six here, but I feel like it would do me and the series an injustice to just spring right in and read only volume six. So over the weekend, I took it upon myself to go back to volume one and start over from the beginning and just read the stories straight through and until the current volume. And there's really not many manga that I'm going to do that for. I mean, I will reread all of them eventually, but I've still got like, oh god, how many hundreds of volumes do I have now? Is it 250 or 350? Anyway, I spent a fuck ton of money on manga in the past year. Anyway, I have been babbling on and on and on, so I'm going to shut up now and take my gummies and go to bed, because that's what I need to do. Mila needs her beauty sleep, So, with that in mind, I hope the new camera is not a disappointment. I still don't know what I'm going to do about a setting. I'm considering doing the basement, but there's a lot of work to do down there before I can actually set up. Maybe by year's end, I don't know. But anyway, if you're still watching, just start looking for me on Thursday evenings. Don't know if it'll be 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock yet, but that's the target time I'm going to go for. Assuming I'm not overly tired and fall asleep before then. But I will talk to you and see you later. Bye for now.